What's up, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Cupcake Training's video, Why I'm Quitting Amazon Wholesale, and you should too. Now, someone asked me to review this for them, and I figured why not put it on the YouTube channel and review it for everyone. Now, to give a preface here, I do sell on Amazon full-time. I do have a program. I have not watched this video, so I'm going to approach it as unbiased as possible. Now, I do want to say something before getting into this. First, I want to say, if you like videos like this is outside of my normal type of video. Consider liking and smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Number two is, let me know if you like this kind of video and send me a video that you want me to review that deals around Amazon. And last thing I want to say is, I did notice that she did take the Wholesale Formulas training program. And out of everyone on YouTube that, runs an Amazon wholesale business that does offer some kind of training, I will say the way that they teach is, I've never had more students come to me than them. So I do want to preface with that. So, all right, guys, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
Video to make, especially because I know half of you watching right now came in from an Amazon FBA type of video. I'm not saying all of Amazon is bad. I'm not saying just quit because it's hard work. I have different business model type answers since I've been an entrepreneur since 2006, and I've been studying business models and actual real businessy things and not necessarily pie in the sky, look at this magical dust type businessy stuff that a lot of people see. I have actual things to say after having tried Amazon wholesale since last year. And remember, I was still like a newbie beginner at it, but I definitely got my feet wet enough to get, okay, this is how it works. This is how much work you have to put in to get a result, and you can make money at it. So let me just give a disclaimer that if you love doing Amazon
granted, I didn't have a program or anything. It took me really a year to start seeing results to where it's like, wow, like I can make some really, really good money at this. So, I think maybe she should have given it a little bit longer, but that's just my first reaction.
Wholesale, and some of you are like, what's Amazon wholesale? So Amazon wholesale is like, you don't make the products, you don't manufacture the products, you go to a company, usually not a major brand name, but more of a lesser brand name, and you say, hey, I can sell your products on Amazon, just allow me to be a seller, and you sell their products, and you get a cut, they get a cut, Amazon gets a cut, everyone gets a cut, and you can make a lot of money at it, okay? You can make millions at it, but here's why I'm personally quitting, and what I want to do instead, and why I think you should quit too. If you don't absolutely love it. If you absolutely love it, I'm like, just do it, because you'll probably be the person who makes millions at it. Amazon wholesale is not what it used to be. I personally came in the game late last year after COVID quarantine hit. We tried all the get-rich-quick schemes to see what would work, all these business models, and Amazon wholesale made us a lot of money. But
I feel like when you're approaching something, like you grouped this in with a get-rich-quick scheme, right? Now, depending on who you're learning from, I think that's not a good way to approach it. You need to be approaching it like, this is actually a business that I can do. This is not a scheme. I think just the way you think about something going into it, I don't really like that word. And maybe the people pitching it was like that. I've never pitched it like that on my channel. A lot of hard work and just staying consistent at it for years.
Here's the thing, okay? For emergency money, like we can't eat tomorrow, I suggest eBay dropshipping. We made that work, and there was zero risk. Meaning you don't have to take a chance at buying a ton of products and then selling it. I watch trends, okay? And trends are changing so fast. Amazon wholesale, it's just going away. Now in its place is more Amazon agency. So you have to convince brands that you're more of an Amazon agent or agency that can help them grow their brand on Amazon, which is Amazon wholesale, which is really, really cool. You're pretty much asking to get into a job though. It's not necessarily...
Okay, this is exactly what I was talking about before the video started. She got in with the wholesale formula, and unlike what I do, and I'm pretty sure, Larry Labarsky and Amazon Lit guys, if you guys don't know who they are, and same with Buy Boxer, Scott Needham, super legit guys. They don't do that, but and maybe they do. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but when you're starting to pitch these smaller brands, which is what she's talking about, you have to go into more of this like agency mode, sales, like I'm going to do this for you. In return, I can buy your products. And I think Bo Crable might have gone that route as well. And I personally don't like that. I don't want to go that route. I never will. I would rather just do something different altogether. Now, I sell big name brand products, right? Not these small name brand, probably that you've never heard of, what she's talking about, such as, Sony, Nintendo, stuff like that. They really don't care. I mean, that's completely different. So we're buying from distributors and not directly from these small brands themselves. Yeah, oftentimes these small brands, which is why in my brand versus distributor video, I talk about I don't approach brands. And I think that what that business model is setting up a lot of people to not be successful.
The entrepreneur dream lifestyle of passive income. You build it and then you can hire it out. You can hire out aspects to it, but you will always have to have your toe in it. You will always have to be the person calling and pitching the brands, sales pitches to get in with these brands. Once you're set up, you're set up. But how many businesses have shut down in 2020? Also, Amazon is doing new things like working directly with brands more and more. They just started this new thing, Amazon Luxe, where now Coach and luxury brands can directly sell on Amazon themselves without any middle person, agent, or seller. Again, I'm just watching the trends. There's arbitrage changes. You can no longer go to Walmart and buy something clearance and then show Amazon the receipt and get in with those products. Amazon of like 2012, it was so easy. You just clicked, I have one to sell. It was as easy as eBay. Now it is the biggest headache, even to just get an account. And then once you want to sell something, you have to be ungated for.
I mean, she's not wrong. You know, it is a lot harder to create an Amazon account now, but I think it's the way you view the problems, right? Like we just got this account that is, you know, it's 50,000 SKUs and it is a logistical nightmare. But it could make us $50,000 profit a month. And instead of looking at as like, oh my gosh, this is such a headache, I'm looking at it positively like, wow, the harder this becomes, the more profitable it can be. There's a town north of me. I know someone who does Instacart, and this reception's terrible. Okay, it's terrible, but it's terrible for everyone. So instead of looking at it, I told her, I'm like, what if instead you just figure out a service that you can, you know, you're going to clean up, you're going to make $50 an hour if you can figure out how to do this. So, I mean, I think it's just how you're looking at it.
For almost every brand and almost every category too. And if you don't know how to do that yourself, which is very difficult to learn, you have to pay someone to do it for you. By the time you invest all the money in the stock and the ungating and everything to do with setting up Amazon Wholesale as a business model, you probably paid more than if you paid to have a product manufactured and put in ads to that. And the manufactured products, you own that, you can sell that business. An Amazon Wholesale business you cannot sell. Now, I'm not saying don't do it, you can't make money at it. If that's your thing, you should totally do it. But for most people, for the average Joe, Amazon Wholesale is not worth it. I always think.
I mean, she's talking about Amazon private label manufacturing your own brand, and that's a completely different argument in itself. Is private label or wholesale better? I mean, I could make a whole video about that if you guys wanted me to. Both have their pros, both have their cons. And yeah, that's my response to that.
Of people like my parents or my brothers or sisters or random people who contact me from my past who are like, I heard you do this. Would you recommend X, Y, and Z? I would never recommend Amazon Wholesale to any of them. I would barely recommend Amazon. Amazon is like the Olympics of e-commerce. My mom tried to sign up on Amazon and she called me so upset because Amazon was like, no, you cannot, you're not allowed. And then my mom tried to sign up through my dad. And again, they were like, nope, denied. And they were like, why? And my mom's freaking out. And she's like, I can't believe they want $40 a month. And that's just newbies coming in. It's like, do you really want to compete in the Olympics? Because yeah, all of the sales are on there, like 50% of e-commerce, but it's like going to the Olympics, so you have to really want it. Selling online is just not what it used to be, and I'm watching the trend of wholesale, and that's going to be nearly impossible to get into very, very soon. You heard it here first. Personally, I believe within the next 10 years, the whole Amazon wholesale business model will be completely obsolete. Okay.
I think the way she's talking about Amazon wholesale, absolutely. But once again, I think, you know, every business model, whatever, there's so many different ways to make money online. I'm not here saying Amazon wholesale is the best way to make money online. For me, it has been. I've tried a bunch of different ways, but does it mean it's the best for everyone? Absolutely not. And every industry is going to evolve over the course of 10 years. It's just going to happen, and changes are going to be made. And it's up to that business and individuals in that business to overcome those. You know, but to say it's going to be obsolete, I think is a pretty bold statement, especially for someone who has been doing this for less than a year.
Okay, that's my trend prediction with the way that I see it going. Within 10 years, especially because I feel like a depression is coming, what's the first thing that brands are going to do? They're going to cut out all of the Amazon sellers and sell themselves on Amazon. Or they'll just hire one agency to do it, and then the rest of the people have to have like brick and mortar shops or whatever. I would recommend eBay dropshipping to anybody. If you search my channel for eBay dropshipping, there is a course that we followed to a T, step by step, and it's still making money. It made about $2,000 in December, made about $2,000 in January. It's making $2,000 a month consistently. I am shocked. It's just the most consistent thing ever, and there's zero risk. We have zero stock, and the money that we're making from that is actually going into manufacturing products for a private label product on Amazon. And that is so much better because the eBay dropshipping is immediate money, okay? Everybody needs like survival money. But the Amazon private label or building your personal brand is so much better than Amazon wholesale. And a lot of you said that to me. A lot of you were like, Renee, I'm just waiting for you to realize that it's all about private label. And private label, it sounds more complicated. That's why I think most people are...
Once again, private label versus Amazon wholesale. It's a different argument. Both have pros and both have cons for sure.
Like, ooh, I'd rather just go Amazon wholesale, so I don't have to create a product. I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. I don't have to do Amazon pay-per-clicks for them. It seems so easy. And as you get into like the guru videos on Amazon wholesale FBA, you're thinking like, oh, it just sounds so easy. And we thought the same thing. We were like, oh, I'm just gonna do that. Forget private label, forget manufacturing, because it takes forever. Manufacturing, private label, it takes so long to set up. It can take 6 months to a year, especially for a newbie, to get the whole thing going. And Amazon wholesale seems instant. It seems like just, buy it and put it in and it just goes, and it can be like that. But it can also be really touch and go. It's a lot more risk. You're spending a lot more money. You don't know if it's going to sell.
If you know how to properly analyze products and you take the right baby steps, I mean, it won't be risk. It's just about assessing the risk. And when something doesn't have risk at all, I feel like almost, is it worth doing? Like, does eBay dropshipping not have any risks? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm very, very unfamiliar with eBay dropshipping.
Of course, with private label and your own brand, you don't know if it's going to sell either, but you have bigger margins to make sure it sells. Meaning, if I make a private label product, I can spend a lot more on PPC to make sure it sells because there's a lot more margin in there. All of this I didn't know.
But there's the opportunity cost of the time that money's tied up. She just mentioned to manufacture a product, it could take 6 months to a year. So you got to be cool with locking up, She mentioned, maybe a few grand, but from people I've talked to, like you need 5 to 10K. And these are 7-figure sellers. So not all the time. I think you can get away with private labeling your own brand with, maybe a few grand. And then there's Kickstarter campaigns and whatnot. Check out Sam Brax, my buddy. I know that he's doing that right now.
First started out on the whole Amazon FBA route last year. I bought Amazon wholesale courses. I bought the Beau Krabil one. That one was all right. And I bought the wholesale formula for $3,500. And I did a review on that. And that one was okay. It wasn't as good as the Beau Krabil one. I wouldn't recommend the wholesale formula to anybody. It's just, I don't think it's worth the money. And truly with the trends, I feel like it's on its way out. So imagine 2012 on Amazon, everything was brand new Amazon native sellers. So they made it really easy to sign up. Now they make it near impossible for anyone to sign up. Imagine 10 years from now. Okay, 10 years is like a century in the e-commerce world. Everything's going to change. So how is it going to change? We have to think of things like this as we're entrepreneurs and business people trying to make money. So what do you think I told my mom? I told her she can get on Amazon if she wants, but I told her you have to work on building your own audience. You either build your own audience or you buy to get in with someone else's audience now. It's just the way it is. And you can do Amazon PPC, that's great, but it shouldn't be everything to build a brand. So for the average Joe, this isn't really your cup of tea for investing anymore. For the average Joe, it used to be just make something and throw it up on Etsy, or just go to Walmart, get something on clearance and put it into Amazon wholesale. That's how it used to be, and it used to be easy, but everything is changing, and it's changing really fast, and you have to think, what's it going to be like 10 years from now, and go in that direction. 10 years from now, if you're doing Amazon wholesale and then the brand's completely cut you out, where are you going to be left standing after all?
This is why you put your eggs in multiple baskets. That way, if one brand or one supplier cuts you out, it's not a big deal. It will definitely happen. Like it's happened to us where, we just can't work with a supplier for whatever reason that is. Their supply chain changes or whatever, but it doesn't mean that the whole business model is going under. But I get what she's saying.
All of that investing, you have nothing that you can sell. You don't have any products of your own. There's no more margins. Just everything's going to be different. Okay. So here's what I'm doing and here's what I recommend. And this is more if you're a brand new newbie, the average Joe, and you're like, how can I make quick money online? eBay dropshipping. Okay. Even the guys who sell Amazon courses are like, I've heard it before. Beau Krabil said, oh, you can't afford my course? Start with eBay dropshipping and then buy my Amazon course. So start with eBay dropshipping. Just watch the videos on my channel. It is really, really easy. When we tried it, we thought we weren't going to make any money at it, and we were shocked at how easy it was to get a quick dollar right away. For intermediate people, like you're a handmade business or you have your own product, I'm very into, I want to create what I want to create. Like my own daughter is, she's like on courses, and they also have a lab where you can actually see behind the scenes of how they choose things, or a couple months after they one $9.97 course has made me millions. So I will tout courses all day long, especially if it's the right course, just always, or a couple months after they dropped it. And here's why I did private label type of business themselves. They do all of it. And I got in with this right when they dropped it, or a couple months after they dropped it. And here's why I just jumped in without doing any homework, okay? So I've done business since 2006, and I bought many, many courses. A lot all with me, and he's probably as he's extroverted, but I don't. Okay,
so the rest of the video, she's just really talking about like different programs she's taken and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not saying Amazon wholesale is the best business model. It's what works for me. It's what I do. But I encourage my audience. I want you guys to be independent thinkers. Think for yourself. I'm just a guy presenting some information to you. When someone says their way is the best, what are their biases? And just keep that in mind, right? So what are her biases? Why did she fail? Like she's saying all of these things, but I would be more curious about analyzing her data and saying, okay, let's really map out the numbers here. Why is she so convinced that private label is better than wholesale? Like I said, that's an entirely different argument in its own. There are tons of wholesale businesses on Amazon that are flourishing, And the ones that aren't flourishing are the ones where you're trying to do what everyone else does and you aren't thinking for yourself. You're not trying to solve a problem. And in essence, I think she got some outdated information, and it sounds like she was at it for less than a year. But if you guys like this video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.